Hi guys, how are you? I hope you are fine. Right now, our country and our state is facing a crucial situation. The clutches of COVID-19 has become severe. Please be safe. Now we have a lot of free time. Please don't waste your free time. You have your own hobbies. You have your own abilities. Try to find your abilities. Try to polish your abilities. Let's make use of this free time. In the previous class, we discussed how Satyajit Ray managed to get a tiger for his new film Gopi Gaine Baga Baine. He met the manager of Bharat Circus and informed him about his need. The manager was so happy to help him and promised him to provide a tiger with its ringmaster Mr. Thorat. They discussed about the scene and then there arose a confusion. What was that confusion? Yes, how to let the tiger free in a bamboo grove. So suddenly Mr. Satyajit Ray and Mr. Thorat put forward a solution. Today let's start with paragraph 13. Before that, let's find some new words from paragraph 13, 14 and 15.
Tackle.
Robust. It is an adjective. Basically, robust means strong, healthy, tough.
Play it safe. Now, play it safe.
Verb. To attach an object to a support, backing, framework, etc. To mount a mailbox on a post. To mount a specimen on a small plate of glass for viewing by a microscope. To mount a photograph on cardboard.
Yard.
Yard.
Now close your text. I will read paragraphs 13, 14 and 15. Just listen to it. In a village called Nottingham, we found a suitable bamboo grove to film the first meeting between Gopi and Bhaga and the appearance of the tiger. Mr. Thorat reached the shooting location with the tiger. There were about 25 people in the location. A few local people took our permission to go with us to watch how we tackled the tiger. The cage on the lorry was covered. When the cover was removed, we were surprised to see not one but two well-fed and robust tigers. I decided to play it safe, Mr. Thorat explained. If one doesn't get it right, we can use the other. We mounted the camera on its tripod and placed it so that it faced the bamboo grove. The audience was instructed to get behind the camera and to stand as far back as possible. We had to stay relatively close to the bamboo grove, and Gopi and Bhaga too had to be within yards of the camera, for it was necessary to have at least one shot that showed them together with the tiger. Now let's analyze these passages. Satyajit Ray had already fixed the location. Where was it? Yes, Shuri in Birbhum district. Ray and his team members found a bamboo grove, a suitable bamboo grove for their shooting in Nottingham village. What was the name of that village? Nottingham. Have you heard about Nottingham? Yes, some of you might have heard about that. It's famous for its wooden dolls, traditional wooden dolls. You might have heard about Thanjavur dolls, haven't you? Yes, Thanjavur is a city in Tamil Nadu and it is world famous for its traditional dolls. So here, Nottingham is also very famous for its traditional wooden dolls. Do you want to see that? Yes, come on, let's see. was it? Quite stunning, right? Okay, now let's get back into our chapter. Satyajit Ray and his crew members, they had found a suitable bamboo grove in the Notangram village. They had decided to shoot the scene in that bamboo grove. They are going to shoot the first meeting between Gopi and Bhaga. Who were Gopi and Bhaga? Yes, they are the main two characters of the film Gopi Gaine Bhaga Baine. Gopi and Bhaga, they are from different countries and they are expelled from their own countries, and they are going to meet at this bamboo grove. There they are going to meet one more character. Who is that? Yes, that tiger. So here Satyajit Ray is going to shoot that scene. The whole crew was ready for the shooting. They were eagerly waiting for the tiger. They were so curious. Why? Because a tiger is going to act in their film. It was quite rare at that time. So Mr. Thorat came with the tiger. Mr. Thorat brought the tiger to the location. How they brought the tiger to the location? Yes, they put the tiger in a cage and brought to the location in a lorry. We know that if a shooting is taking place somewhere, there will be a huge crowd. Here, Satyajit Ray also faced the same issue. But the local people, they already took permission from the crew members to watch the shooting. They wanted to know how these people managed the tiger. They were so curious to know about how the tiger acted in a film. The cage in which the tiger was kept on the lorry was covered. When it was the time for the shoot, Mr. Thorat removed the cover. The whole crew and the local people were astonished. They were surprised. Why they were surprised? Because there were not one but two well-fed, robust tigers. What's the meaning of robust? Yes, it's strong and healthy. Okay, we know Satyajit Ray asked only one tiger, but here Mr. Thorat brought two tigers. Mr. Ray asked Mr. Thorat, why? Why, Mr. Thorat? Why did you bring two tigers? I asked only one. Mr. Thorat said, I want to play it safe. I want to play it safe. What's the meaning of play it safe? Yes, to avoid risk. Play it safe means to avoid risk. So, suppose if one tiger doesn't act well, we can use the other one. Okay, he doesn't want to take a risk. They mounted the camera in a tripod and placed it facing the bamboo grove. So what is mounted? Yes, placing or fixing something in a raised platform. ഒരു ഉയരത്തിൽ ഒരു സാധനം വയ്ക്കുന്നതിനെയാണ് mounted എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. So what is a tripod? It is a three-legged stand to support camera. Do you want to see it? Okay, one second. This is a tripod. Okay, we can extend its legs like this. Okay. We can keep it in a plain surface. Then after that, again we can raise its height by rotating this knob. Okay. Then after that, let's place a camera on the top of this head. You got it? After mounting the camera on the tripod, the crew members requested the local people to move behind the camera. Why? Yes, otherwise they will also be visible in the scene. So as per the request of the crew members, the common people, that means the local people, they move behind the camera. The actors playing the roles of Gopi and Bhaga, they came and they stood in front of the camera, just a few yards in front of the camera. Satyajit Ray want to take at least one scene in which Gopi and Bhaga seen along with the tiger. That was his aim. I hope you got a clear idea about the paragraphs 13, 14 and 15. Now open your text and read the paragraphs carefully. I will ask you some questions. Why did Satyajit Ray and his crew members select Nottingham for the shooting? Yes, Satyajit Ray and his crew members found a suitable bamboo grove in Nottingham village. How many members were present in the shooting location? There were 25 members in addition to some local people who secured permission from the crew members to watch the shooting. Why were they surprised when the covering of the cage was removed? Yes, they were surprised because there were two well-fed, robust tigers in the cage. I decided to play it safe. What was Mr. Thorad's safe play? Yes, Mr. Thorad's safe play was that if one tiger didn't perform well, they could use the other one. Pick out the phrases used by the narrator to describe tigers. Yes, well-fed and robust. Now, let's move on to paragraph number 16. Before that, let's familiarize with a few new words.
Unfasten. To loose, to unfix, to unbind, to untie, figuratively, to detach from any connecting link or agency, to disconnect. To came untied or unloosed.
Spring. To jump or leap. Startled. Frightened. Extremely shocked. Taken aback. Surprised, shocked. Sedately. Calmly, without excessive emotion.
Tremendous. Very great in amount, scale, or intensity.
Enthusiasm. Intensity of feeling, excited interest or eagerness. Something in which one is keenly interested.
Leap. Verb. To jump. Leap. Verb. To pass over by a leap or jump.
Now, I will read this paragraph. You just close your text and listen to it. Okay, Mr. Thorad brought the tigers to the shooting location. There were some assistants with him. So, before starting the shooting, these assistants, they took an iron rod. This is not an iron rod. Just imagine that this is an iron rod. Okay, they took an iron rod which is 5 feet long. So it was 5 feet long. They took that 5 feet long iron rod and fixed to the ground. They fixed that 5 feet iron rod to the ground so that some part of the iron rod was visible above the ground. What was it for? Yes, just to tie the tiger in it. Right. They fixed the iron rod about 30 meters away from the place where the tiger was supposed to walk. For example, if the tiger was supposed to be here, okay, then they fixed the iron rod about 30 meters away from the tiger so that the tiger can be visible in the scene, and also it is safe by tying it in the iron rod. Got it? Satyajit Ray and the crew members, they were watching the actions of the tiger. They didn't expect this. They expected something more, but what happened was just opposite of their expectation. They were watching the tiger as if they were watching a free, strange circus. This camera was standing there. It was waiting for the tiger to act. But the tiger, it's not concerned about anything. It just wants to enjoy its freedom. He's not concerned about others. He's not concerned about the film or its shooting. He want to enjoy his freedom. I hope you enjoyed this paragraph. Okay, now open your text. Read the paragraph number 16. After that, I will ask you some questions. Okay, read it very carefully. It's very important. There are some tough words in it, so read it very carefully. I hope you have completed reading. Now, let's discuss some questions and its answers. What were the arrangements made by Mr. Thorart's assistants before releasing the tiger? Yes, they fixed a 5-foot long iron rod to the ground. Then they took a thin and long wire and fixed its one end to a collar, a tiger skin collar, which was already tied around the tiger's neck. Then the other end, they took the other end and fixed it to the iron rod. How was the tiger expected to behave? And how did it actually behave? The tiger was expected to behave very calm and quietly. It was expected to walk sedately. But when the cage was opened, it sprang out of the cage. It rolled, it jumped on the ground. What did Mr. Thorart's startled and helpless face reveal? Yes, Mr. Thorart's startled and helpless face reveals that he was also surprised by the sudden behavior of the tiger as the rest of the others. How did Mr. Ray describe the situation humorously? Mr. Ray commented that they stood watching the actions of the tiger as if they were watching a new and strange kind of circus free of cost. Now, let's move on to some discourse questions. I will provide you some model answers. Read it carefully and try to write your own answers and send the questions and the answers to your concerned English teacher. Okay guys, let's wind up here. See you next week.